Anjali, right off, I want to ask, what's the big dream? What are you doing in India?
So the big dream is to leverage technology, innovation, and the tremendous talent pool that we have in India, our very vibrant startup ecosystem, and to really hit some of the biggest problems facing the world today. So that's really what we focus, building solutions and investing in solutions for energy transition, energy access, resilient supply chains, advanced materials, and food and agriculture. Describe it as a very unique opportunity to participate in the hottest market in the world when it comes to deep technology. It's a large market, it's young, it's hungry, and the solutioning that we are developing here can go anywhere in the world. Not just in India, but across the global south for sure. So what better way to earn tremendous returns, make profit while doing good?
This is under a fund that you manage, Anjali?
That's right. I started Avaana Capital about 5-6 years ago. Avana stands for Abahan in Sanskrit. Abahan means a call to action. This was really a call to action. Our purpose-led investing leads us to invest in solutions that are born out of India, but solutions from India for the world. We are an early stage fund, think Series A. We work closely with our founders, and we are a classic technology, deep technology venture fund.
What are the big things that you're looking to solve?
So beyond energy, I think the next step that we look at is what makes supply chains resilient. It can be logistics, mobility, even food and agriculture, building efficiencies in the built environment, construction, real estate, infrastructure. All of these forms the industrial decarbonization, resilient supply chain, food and ag mix. We look at things from, again, electric mobility here. We look at digitalization of supply chains, creating more productivity, advanced manufacturing, robotics, and supply chain efficiencies. That's the second big pillar. The third big pillar is advanced materials. As a fund, we invest in Series A, Series B. So that's early stage. And then we support through capital. We are also working on putting together a blended finance platform to provide debt, which is largely missing for solutions and businesses of this nature.
Anjali, I would love to know something more about yourself. Like, how did you get into this?
Like many people in India, I started life as an engineer, worked briefly in the Indian Space Research Organization. I love science, technology, and space, but I can't sit in the lab. So I went to the US, got a master's, joined McKinsey & Company doing strategic consulting in New York. I've been back in India. I came back in 2000. I was then a partner in a leading global private equity fund called TPG. I have been serving on boards for many years. I've served previously on the boards of GSK, Siemens, Tata, some iconic global brands. Now I work on very limited public boards, Tata Power, Siemens, which I mentioned earlier, Nestle, as well as Maruti Suzuki, which is India's largest auto company. After TPG, I was picked up by government to take over as chairman of a very stressed public sector bank. I resolved the stress, did the first big bank merger, put 3 banks together, and then went on to build Avana.
If you could share more about the kind of companies that you see in India and the problems they are solving. You mentioned that you are building in India for India. So what's so unique about these companies?
Certainly. So we are building in India, for India, and for the world. In fact, a number of our companies are already going outside of India, and they're building globally competitive solutions. In some ways, we are very much inspired by one of my former places I worked at, ISRO, the Indian Space Research Organization. With Frugal technology, we could put a lunar lander on the moon for $75 million. That is the inspiration for much of the work we do. Let me share a few examples. Let me start with the advanced materials and biotech. We have a company called Bacolt, which is using precision fermentation to produce PGA, which is microplastic free. Companies like Greengrahi are using bio-waste, biomaterial, peels and so on at industrial scale to produce biofertilizer as well as input for animal feed. Dharaksha is using mycelium for packaging, which can substitute for styrofoam. Styrofoam is 100% non-biodegradable. Dharaksha's packaging material, which is mycelium based, is 100% biodegradable. The trick with all of these and why we are doing this in India is it allows for frugal innovation both in manufacturing process as well as growth scaling to bring cost parity. Because there isn't going to be a green premium. Nobody wants to pay more. So any alternative solutions that we come up with actually have to be at cost parity to the existing solutions of, say, plastic or styrofoam or chemical fertilizers. So that's in the advanced materials space. We have companies like Dreamfly that are building graphene-based drone batteries to create better longevity and reliability, and also power density that is required for drones. Dreamfly is a PhD founder that has come out of IISc. So building in India, but again, globally relevant. A company called Iki Foods. Iki is really the future of food production. They have a patented polymer-based growing chamber system. If you have seen The Martian, what Matt Damon is trying to do, grow vegetables on Mars, Iki is actually doing that in the desert of Rajasthan in Kota. So a very hostile, climatic, harsh environment, 50 degrees Celsius, they're able to produce everyday vegetables like tomato, cucumber, and so on, 80% less water, minimal electricity use. So this is really the future of food. And if they can do it in the desert of Rajasthan, they can do it in the Middle East, they can do it anywhere in the world. So these are some of the very exciting companies that we've had the absolute privilege to partner with and help them grow. We closed our fund 2 last year. We had hoped to raise about 100. We were oversubscribed. We raised 135. We are today probably the largest thematic institutional platform in India investing in these sectors. It has led to a lot of demonstration effect, which is a good thing. Total close to about 200 or so under management across Fund 1 and Fund 2. Fund 3 we will plan sometime next year. We are about 50% deployed in Fund 2, 16 investments, growing well. We already have winners emerging from our first fund and second fund. Some of them are in pre-IPO stage. Young vintage, but seen very robust growth. Many of our companies have actually raised subsequent rounds of funding. We are contemplating growing a blended finance debt platform because a lot of these spaces require credit funding, not just equity. The second is, as I mentioned, we'll go back to market with the third fund at some point next year once we hit 70% of deployment. We are looking at putting together a continuity/opportunities vehicle for some of our winners. And that is something we can invite fellow IPOs to participate in as well.
Tell me more about the continuity fund. You have some winners, so you'll have a
Right.
good mix. What should we expect out of this and what's the deal on the table?
Certainly. So the deal on the table. Let's take the winners from our first fund and second fund. We have about 10, 12 companies already that are being seen as leaders in their respective market segment. So all of this can go into the continuity vehicle. It provides immediate visibility into the underlying assets. So it is not a blind pool. We will structure very attractive commercials for our investors here. It will be a shorter time frame for liquidity because many of these companies are scaled, some are pre-IPO. Typically, venture fund would be about a 7 to 10 year journey. Continuity vehicle could be a 3 to 5 year journey to exit. Much lower risk, known assets, and very differential economics as well.
Sounds fantastic, Anjali. And thank you so much for taking out time today.